Peace, peace, peace. I'm gonna wait for a moment for people to join. Thank you to everyone that came out to the live yesterday. It was so cool vibing with all of you all. Peace, Terrell. Peace, Imani. Thank you for joining. Today is going to be day 2 of tales and tips of my holistic journey. Imani, do you have any questions? Or Terrell, do y'all have any questions? Hey. Yesterday we talked about fasting. We talked about intermittent fasting, quarterly fasting, as well as communication fasting. And today I plan to get to some of the questions that you guys gave me from the poll that I did yesterday. So that might include daily self-care routines to stay balanced, the difference that I felt on this holistic journey versus before I got on this journey, diet and skincare routine, and motivation to open my own healing center. So we'll probably touch on those today, but if you guys have, hey Najee, peace, peace, peace. If y'all have any specific questions that y'all want to know about, just let me know. Clarissa! Hello. All right, so the best method to get away from dairy is become a habit of mine again. Oh, yeah, I understand. It's a matter of, it's everywhere. Yeah, it's a matter of saying no and preparing your meals at home, if you can. And of course, if you can't, if it's like absolutely, hey, Huyana, if you absolutely cannot prepare your meals at home, then ask questions. And if it has dairy, say no. If you need a reminder, go look at all the different things that dairy does to your body and your reproductive system. And maybe that might put a little spark. But yeah, I understand it is everywhere, Sometimes it's like snuck into things that you don't even know. Janique, is Dane with you? Cool. Alrighty. So, if you guys, especially when you work with kids, yeah, unfortunately. But yeah, so, we can start to talk about, some of the topics that you guys gave me on the poll from yesterday. The first one there was daily self-care routine to stay balanced. So I read a couple of different books that said that like the top successful people on the planet had a few things in common. So every single day they wrote, so like journaled or brain dumped or planned or whatever. Hey Donovan. Okay, Jenny, tell him I said hey. All right, so yeah, they wrote, so aka journal. They exercised, they visualized daily, they said affirmations, but not just like, oh, I am smart, I am brilliant. They said affirmations that are connected to what it is that they're actually trying to do, and in a way that is believable for them. So like you can't say, I am healthy and fit when you're not actually getting up and exercising. So the way that I incorporated affirmations into my life, especially like when trying to hit a goal, is I let's say my goal is I like to use this one all the time, but let's say like my goal is like, I want to have an amazing website. Like it's not just going to happen just like that. So like what I do for my goals is like I break it down into tasks, and then it's like, I will have an amazing website by, having my photo shoot by Sunday, and having my this by that. So it's like it's a strategic affirmation as opposed to just like a blank statement that really doesn't have any meaning to it, So that's one thing. So again, some of the common threads between the top successful people as far as daily routine includes scribing, which is like writing, journaling, planning, like brain dumping, whatever it is, like getting it out on paper, exercising, visualizing, doing affirmations, reading, and or in this digital age, like listening to something like an audio book or a YouTube video that's very informational. So that's like the learning aspect. And then I think there's one more, this scribing, affirmations, visualizations, exercise, and reading. Yeah, that was it. So those 5 things. So in my daily life, to help me be successful and balanced and all of that stuff, like I make sure I get my quiet time. So I meditate. Oh, that was the other thing. Some kind of silence. Yeah, it was 6 things. Silence was the other one. So meditation for me is my silence. While I meditate, I do breathing exercises. I focus on certain things that I desire. As a Reiki practitioner, I also like do Reiki meditations for myself. But if you're not a Reiki practitioner, all you got to do is really focus on what it is that you want while breathing. It's similar. Reiki's just more potent, but it's the same concept. So again, that's meditation, exercise, visualization, affirmations that are connected to things that you're actually doing, and learning something, reading or listening, etc. So that is my little routine. Me personally, like as far as exercise goes, I used to really like to do this exercise routine on YouTube by this lady named Leslie Sansone, but there's tons of things out there. But for me, it was fun because it was 15 minutes and it was 1 mile, and I would be breaking a sweat every time. Now I more so do like yoga and like freestyle dancing. Like I'll put on something and dance, or sometimes like if Damo is playing his steel pan in the morning or whatever, like I'll just kind of like vibe to whatever he's doing. So that's like my form of exercise. But definitely I like to get yoga in as much as possible. And I also, sorry, it's my little sock. I just went to go get a foot reflexology appointment, and she gives these lovely socks because she puts all these essential oils on your skin and doesn't want you to put on dirty socks. So yeah, anyways, so I like to like stretch and like do yoga, dance around, just be free. Whatever my body wants to do, I like to give my body permission to have whatever it needs to have. As far as visualization, when I do have my goals written out and I have the specific tasks next to them, I visualize those things being completed. Like I visualize myself being grateful or excited or whatever it is, to kind of put me in the energy space of already receiving that. I already spoke about affirmations. As far as like the learning aspect, I listen to a whole bunch of things, like, and it varies like from, I guess, week to week. So like sometimes it would be super conscious stuff. Sometimes it would be like astrology stuff. Sometimes it would just be like positive, uplifting things. Sometimes it would be business stuff. So like different things. So you like whatever it is that you're feeling like you need to learn about. Like if you're going towards like opening up a business, or if you're looking to kind of like further a passion or project, you can look at videos from people who are doing those kinds of things already. So yeah, whatever skill you want to learn, like there's tons of free things out there on YouTube, or you can get an audiobook to listen to, or you can do old-fashioned reading. For me, old-fashioned reading gets a little boring. Attention span, I think, but whatever works for you. Okay, so that was reading. For anyone who's just joining, I'm talking about one of the questions I got during the poll yesterday was what's my daily self-care routine to stay balanced. And I explained that like I heard or like I read in different books that the top successful people on the planet have a few things in common. And so that was silence, as in like meditation, affirmations that are connected to like what you're actually doing to accomplish something, not blanket statements, visualization to kind of like put you in the energy of receiving what it is that you're trying to get, exercise, reading or some kind of audiobook or audio learning device, and what's the other one? Oh, scribing, writing. So writing or journaling or getting things out. So yeah. All right, so that is that. Does anyone have any other questions about holistic practices before I move on to another question that someone asked me yesterday? Any questions about my holistic journey? Nima, my twin is here. Hey, twin. Auntie Patrice is here. Awesome. Yeah, does anyone have any questions before I move on to another question from the poll from yesterday? All right, if you think of anything, please write. I'm going to move on. All right, so let's see. Okay, the difference that I felt in my body overall since being on this holistic journey. I kind of touched on this a little bit yesterday. As far as like the difference I feel in my body, so like mentally, I'm way more clear and grounded. I used to be kind of like a firefly that's like, ting, 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 ting. And I still kind of get that fiery energy. I'm an Aries, so that's not really going to go anywhere. But at least it's like grounded and I can actually sit down and accomplish something and like focus my energy on something. I think meditation really helped with that. And journaling helps me to kind of get things out of my brain. Instead of swimming in my brain all day long, I can get it out so I can actually start to put a plan together. So yeah, that has been a big help for me. So that's mentally. Oh, and also since being on this holistic journey, in addition to being more clear and grounded, more focused and grounded, I'm also more clear. Like, I'm able to see things, like see through things, like see the energy behind things. I guess you can call it intuition. Like if I see a situation, I'm able to kind of pinpoint what is really happening behind that. What is the cause of that, the root of that behavior or whatever it is. So yeah, that's another plus to being on the holistic journey that I'm on. Let's see, physically, lost a lot of weight, a whole lot of weight. I wasn't necessarily unhappy with my weight before, but I'm grateful that my body is healthy and my cells are vibrating well and communicating and all of that kind of stuff. Peace, 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 Sister Azima. Yeah, so physically, that's what I would say. My body feels lighter, my brain feels clearer, and what else? Physically, I used to have these crazy knee pains. I had to stop running. Yeah, and I think it was just inflammation. I was eating a lot of mucus-forming foods like breads and rice and things like that just were kind of like making my joints not feel really good. So, yeah, got rid of the mucus-forming foods, and I think I'm doing a lot better with as far as like knee pain. I haven't really had any complaints there. Let me see, anything else? Any of you guys that have like kind of switched your diet, feel any differences that you guys want to share? in the meantime, while y'all are writing that, I'll continue. So I did mental, I did physical, kind of touched on spiritual because I said that like I was able to kind of like see, pinpoint things. I would call that intuition. That's like kind of like a spiritual thing. And emotionally, I think I've gotten a lot better. But I noticed that emotional wise, it has a lot to do with drinking water. If I'm not drinking a lot of water, I know that like my emotions could be more all over the place. Especially because on a daily basis, I'm kind of like feeling a bunch of things. Some are my own, some are not my own. So yeah, water definitely helps. What initiated my journey? All right, so my journey started in 2011. Oh wait, hold up. Azima says that she got more mental clarity and more in tune with energy. Yup, similar. As far as what initiated my journey, so in 2011, I was feeling like really all over the place. I had like extreme self-doubt, like crazy self-doubt, to the point where I would just be like sitting there judging myself. Like I'd be among people just quiet, just judging myself. Like, oh my God, I wonder if they're thinking I'm doing this. I wonder if they think that I'm crazy. I wonder if I'm like, and all it really was my energy was picking up that I'm not the same or like vibrating the same as the people around me. And I didn't understand it. It was just driving me crazy. I'm just like constantly overthinking, and just judging, you know. What really supported me then was like to kind of like start to implement some like self-love things. So I used to try to stop those thoughts and just tell myself that I love me and like I'm safe and I'm okay, you know. And that took a while. I also, around the same time, I changed my diet due to my friend Bryant, who is no longer with us. He passed in November 2011. But right before he passed, he told me about Dr. Sebi. So I started to kind of look into that. I started to try to eat more alkaline, you know, eating different kind of greens that I never heard of before. But luckily, I lived in Brooklyn, and so like right around on any corner, you could find like these little stores, little markets that have all kinds of stuff, you know, whatever. It wasn't organic. I didn't care. You know, it was greens. So that was cool. So starting to tell myself I love myself and shifting my diet started to kind of open me up to just more clarity and less beat up. And then, so that was like the initiation of my journey. That was 2011. 2012, what happened in 2012? Oh, that's when I was kind of looking into different, like I was like questioning things. Like I yearned to learn more. So I started to listen to Dr. Sebi heavy. I started to like find other people on YouTube to listen to. I started going to lectures at Nicholas Brooklyn, in Brooklyn, New York. That's when I kind of heard about Queen Afua, and then I started working with her. 2013, I did a personal development workshop at Momentum Education, and then I got a taste of personal development. I just kept running with it, and that's where I really learned tools to kind of make sure that I'm functioning as a, you know, a human being, you know, as a thriving human being. That's when I started meditating. I remember Naima went with me to my first place that I meditated. Her and her dad at this place in Manhattan. I learned how to meditate at this free meditation workshop. They still do it too. It's on Essex. It's a group of people that follow Sri something. Sri Chinmoy. Yeah, his group was the ones that like taught me how to meditate, and then I was like meditating every day because it just felt good to me. Yeah, so that was 2013. And then 2014, I started working more closely with Queen Afua, and I learned a bunch of different skills first I was just fasting with her. She was doing like a quarterly fast, so I would join with her. And that's when I met Imani. We would go to her, Queen Afua's fasting classes, and then or detox classes. And then we would bug Queen Afua to have us go, like to come over early in the morning on weekends to do womb yoga. And I remember I had like the biggest breakthrough during a womb yoga session, like with my own like womb trauma. I got to just cry at one of those sessions early in the morning in Queen Afua's house, just crying during a womb yoga session. So that was dope. Anything else in my journey? That was 2014, I think. 2015, I did her Sacred Women program. 2016, I did a wellness coaching program, which is where I met Azima. That was cool to be able to learn like different ways to support people while getting support. That was really cool. And then my journey goes on from there. Reiki certifications, womb sleep practitioner certifications, blah, 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 blah. All of these learning tools that helped me help myself as well as help others. And then I was learning like some ancient, not so ancient African spirituality practices last year through Ifa. And that was cool too, learning different ways to like communicate and receive support from like ancestors and things like that. So that was cool. Anything else? Then this year, my yoga certification. So yeah, that's my journey in a nutshell. And of course, there are things in between. And if you want to ask questions about that, you can too. All right, let me see. Huyana said she's been having, since she's been on a holistic journey, she's been seeing a lot more vivid, lucid dreams. Good dreams. Yeah, that's good that it's good dreams, because sometimes those could be not so good dreams. I used to suffer from night terrors. There we go. I haven't had one in months since my diet changed. That's really good information, Huyana, to share, because I know a lot of people who do have night terrors, and maybe switching their diet could help. So thank you. Everybody, y'all can take that to people too. I'm going to take that to my clients and friends that need that kind of support. So thank you. How did your relationships with people change or improve? Yes, very good question. So Queen Afua used to say it, but I got to witness it. She used to always say, when you heal yourself, you heal 4 generations ahead of you and 4 generations to come. And honestly, when I would be fasting, all of a sudden I would hear, like, I would talk to my grandma and she'd be like, yeah, because she's Jamaican. She'd be like, yeah, I'm not eating right now. I'm just drinking distilled water and some herbs I got from such and such. I'm like, for real, grandma? And like that got us to like kind of bond, because even though we weren't doing it together, it was just nice to see her doing it, and then we would inspire each other. And then she got NutriBullets for me and my mom. And my mom lives in Florida, so that was really cool to see like all of us starting to juice at the same time. Like it's like a nice little bonding thing, because we're all like kind of moving towards wellness. Other than that, I got more patient. Yeah, the holistic journey will definitely support you with patience. The meditation, of course, helps you kind of like be more still and gets you to not be pulled out of your center as easily. Just mindfulness, period, because you're able to see like, okay, that's their stuff. That is not my stuff. I do not need to act crazy because they're acting crazy, So that's like a really big like benefit of meditation and mindfulness. And then as far as food, believe it or not, okay, let me put it this way. So before an animal is killed, the animal knows that it's about to be killed. Like it done seen the process so many times. The cousin and the mama already left and never came back. So they know what the deal is. And they have 6 senses, they kind of just know. So when that animal is about to be killed, all of these hormones are going off in their body, triggering fear, triggering just anything that has to do with fear, sadness, anything that has to do with like knowing you're about to die. So all of those are animal instincts, exactly. So all of those things are going through their body at that moment before they die. Oh, Juliana, I know. It's not a pleasant conversation, but it's real. Like, that's what's happening. And so at that time of death, all of that is still flowing through their body. And yeah, you cook it, but it's still there. So you're taking on that energy. Yeah, you're taking on that energy. And even if it's like, you know, organic and like grass-fed and all that stuff, like maybe they were treated a little bit better, but at the end of the day, you know, it's the same outcome. Yeah. It's in its DNA. Yeah, it's in its DNA. Because I'm not even going to go into DNA. But yes, it's in its DNA. Adrenaline pumps through their blood. Yep. Okay, the way you move through resistance has shifted. Aw, thank you, Clarissa. Yeah, Clarissa has seen my journey since 2013 through momentum education and then afterwards. So yeah, I used to be super resistant. Like, oh my God, like it was crazy. But now when I have to face something that I fear, I look at it and maybe I'll analyze it. But I'll just go for it anyway because I know that it's beneficial. Like even doing lives, I don't know if y'all saw my live. Like it might have been a week or two ago, but it was like I was talking about. It was in the morning. I was talking about like changing the way that you think about, like minding your thoughts. That's what it was called. And yeah, I was resistant to doing that live because I'm like, I don't like to talk in front of the camera and so people can hear me. I don't know how it's gonna come out. I don't know what I'm supposed to say, and but I literally just have to shut those thoughts up and do what I need to do because I know that I'm supposed to be doing it. Auntie Maxine, yay! That's my favorite aunt. She came on yesterday too, and now she's here today again. Yes. So, for anyone who just joined, we're talking about, it's day 2 of tips and, what did I call it? Tales and tips of my holistic journey. So I'm kind of going through, the question was, I don't know what the question was. The last question was, how do my relationships with people change or improve? So I was kind of talking about that just now. And then Clarissa said the way that I moved through resistance has shifted. That's where I was. Okay, cool. But yeah, so there's been so many different benefits to being on this holistic journey. And I mean, like, if anyone is ever interested in starting to shift, you know, slowly, like, take it easy. Like, do whatever feels comfortable for you at first. Like, for me, like, first it just started with just being gluten-free. Like, just not eating gluten and having a field day with everything else. Then it was like during the week I'd be vegetarian, like eggs included. And then weekends I would be going ham, like anything. And then it was pescatarian. So it was like I would eat fish and seafood, even bottom feeders. But I would be good about gluten and I wouldn't eat meat and things like that. And I used to take all kinds of like supplements to kind of balance out things when I would do stuff. So Auntie Maxine would remember whenever I would visit her in Boston, we'd go get some lobsters from the Chinese restaurant. I would be taking all kinds of things in the car before we go in, like chugging apple cider vinegar and like all of these little tinctures that I used to have. Yeah, but and then like more recently, maybe like last year, I was doing like different probiotics, like acidophilus and other probiotics to kind of balance when I would have gluten. Because I'm never gonna say that I never have anything that I know my body doesn't agree with, because that's a lie. I'm human. I'm a foodie, but I just have my limits, my limitations. Like I would not. Oops. There's a software update later. Yeah, like I just have my limitations. Like I know that I'm not going to eat meat, but what I will do is have some French fries every once in a while, and I'll just take care of my body when I choose to do that. So yeah, I think that it's really like a balance, because you don't want to be Well, it depends on you. It depends on you. For me, I need variety. Judy, don't laugh at me. I need variety. Like, I need to be able to, like, eat for enjoyment sometimes and not just nutrition. But I know what my limitations are. Any other questions about either differences that I've seen in my body since being on this holistic journey, or any questions about routines or anything? Azima says, we know foodie. Yeah, for real. Oh my gosh. Like, I fast with these ladies like every quarter. This fast I'm doing like just with Damo, like the eating after sundown. But like when I fast with Azima and Tamara, oh my gosh, I'm the one like, y'all, how long we gotta do this for? I'm not ready, cause I love food. But you know, while I'm on the fast, I'm okay. You know, I'm okay. But like before a fast, I'm like, yeah. So, any other questions? If not, I'll move on to another question from the poll from yesterday. So you guys can write if you want. I'm gonna look at the next question. Diet and skincare routine. Diet. Okay. So I explained yesterday that like I do intermittent fasting. I do, oh gosh, Clarissa, I'll read your comment in a second. I basically do intermittent fasting every day except, well, yeah, even now too, but like typically I eat between 12 and 8, like a real meal. If I do eat before 12 and 8, or if I do eat before 12 or after 8, I'm typically having fruits. Uncle Gregory, hey. Yeah, so it's like typically between 12 and 8. And oh, thank you. Yeah. And my diet consists of, let's see, fruits and vegetables. But then as far as grains, I'm eating like fonio, sometimes quinoa, sometimes black rice, but like, and then I eat different flours like kamut flour, spelt flour, and quinoa flour. And I do different things with those. I like making pancakes and waffles a lot with fruits in them. With the fonio, like if I'm having it to break my fast at 12, I'm having it with fruits. It's so good. Fruits and maple syrup and cinnamon. And it's so fast too. Like you just boil it in some water and then you add the fruit and cinnamon and maple syrup. It's really good. Oh yes, Clarissa said delicious, nutritious pizza. Yes, I eat that like 3 times. Actually, today was the 3rd time this week I've had it. I love that pizza. It's so good. But yeah, Juliana said, yay, waffles. Yeah. But yeah, so the pizza is made with spelt flour or sometimes kamut flour, and then veggies and, you know, peppers, onions, seasonings, stuff like that. Yeah, so I mean that's my diet in a nutshell: fruits and veggies and select few grains, and then, you know, occasionally some fries. Oh yeah, and I like to make these chickpea burgers. Now I make it with either whole chickpeas grounded up, or I'll use the chickpea flour when I have that. I only can get that online, so yeah, so it's like whenever I have it. Skincare, I'm not a skincare guru. I just wash my face with soap. I like to use there's a woman named Paris in New York. She makes these bentonite clay soaps, and they have all different kinds of stuff in them. I prefer the rose one, rose and bentonite clay, but she has like lavender and tea tree and rosemary and like all kinds of stuff. They're really, really good, and they're very affordable too. So I use that on my face because bentonite clay is really good on the face. It pulls toxins out of the whole, like wherever you're washing your body with it, it's pulling out toxins in a non-harsh way. So I recommend that. And then coconut oil. That's really it. I don't really use much. And then I drink water. And water is the best skincare regimen, I think. And then coconut oil. So yeah, that's diet and skincare. Let's see. Motivation to open my own healing center. Well, I knew that I wanted to have my own practice because I was guided to. I didn't really feel like I had a choice in the matter, but I'm grateful. But yeah, and I wanted to have my own because I didn't want to really work in somebody else's space where like they do things their way. Like I want to create a beautiful healing space for people where I can add my own energy. I can add my own aromatherapy, my own sounds. It can look the way I want it to look. Like I didn't want to walk into somebody else's space and not like it, not feel comfortable. So that's why I was motivated to open my own healing space. And yeah, that's all the questions I got from yesterday. So if y'all got some questions for me, I could talk a little bit more about what I spoke about yesterday in case people didn't catch the live. Fasting, if y'all want to know about it. If not, then we can end the live. But it's up to y'all. Oh, yesterday people had asked me about herbs for parasites. I'm gonna make a post tonight about that, and I'm gonna start a parasite cleanse on the 22nd because I'm gonna just end my fast from the 22nd to the 31st. Oh my god. Y'all keep talking about singing my song. All right, I'm gonna sing the song in a little bit. But yeah, all right, fine. Y'all gotta sing with me from home though, okay? You have to promise that you're gonna sing with me. So this song is it's an affirmation song that I created earlier this year, I think, or last year, I don't know. But I started to sing it at during my yoga classes, during the last post where everyone's like resting and like after they did all of this beautiful movement and energy work through yoga and breath. So, one second. Okay. So it goes 5, 6, 7. I want for nothing from others because I give myself what I need. I want for nothing from others because I give myself what I need. I am whole. I am complete. I am whole. I am complete. I want for nothing from others because I give myself what I need. I want for nothing from others because I give myself what I need. Come on, y'all. I am whole. I am whole. I am complete. I am whole. I am complete. Yay. All right, so now I want to hear recordings from everybody on the live. Send me a text message with your singing the song, please. Thank you. Also, guys, remember I'm offering free 15-minute calls. Yay, I am whole. Yes. I'm offering free 15-minute calls to talk about your holistic journey, any part of it, mental, physical, spiritual, emotional. If you just want to talk or about what's going on with you in the moment, if you're feeling kind of on edge and you need somebody to talk to, I'm here. Just send me a DM or a text or whatever, and that'll be cool. So, and tell your friends. Yeah. All right, y'all. It's been wonderful once again. You guys are so cool. Send me more questions if you want me to go live again. I'll probably do another poll because I'm actually kind of liking it. I feel like I need to keep the momentum up because I'm actually liking the live thing. So, all right, enjoy your evening. I'm going to go take care of some business. All right, peace.